Hello guys, and welcome to a new Steel Division video today by me, Vulcan. Today I have you a 3 versus 3 on Pegasus Bridge, and today I'm going to be playing with Val and Sexual Spaghetti. Lovely name. We're going to be playing against Bloodbath Giraffe, Stonewall Jackson and Hercules, who are going to be using the 15th Infantry Scots, 2nd Infantry and 3rd Armoured respectively. I'm playing the 12th SS-Panzer, so is Spaghetti, and Val's going to be using the 17th SS. So, this was an interesting one because it's been a while since I played with Val, for starters, and furthermore this was just a random game that I joined in with Val. It was quite late, there wasn't too many people on, and yeah, we decided to jump in, and it was quite a fun game. So I'm going to be playing with the 12th SS, and basically I was tasked with taking the middle, because Val took the left side, and Sexual Spaghetti chose the right side. It made me quite laugh when he put a ping down saying sex. I know that's rather immature of me, but these names in these games really do get me sometimes. Either way, let's have a quick look at what I'm doing. So I'm going to be bringing in my boy to Firefly at the start of the game. I don't usually do so as the 12th SS. However, I'm playing with this huge open field in the middle, and therefore what I really require is the boy to Firefly and some recon. And I'm basically going to try and go for a boy to Firefly push through the centre of the map. Try and keep that alive for as long as I can. Meanwhile, going to be putting a Panzer Grenadier command unit to the left side to help out Val, make sure that I can take control of these trees to stop me getting flanked by an AT gun. And then that's basically what I'm going to be doing throughout, is just placing units so that I don't have to deal with AT guns that might pop up in those positions. Over on the left side, Val with his 17th SS Panzer Grenadier is going to be pushing this town rather hard, trying to contest as much ground there as he can early on. And over on the right side, we're going to have Spaghetti use his boy to Firefly as well, most likely to push the far right side. He can get a good line of sight across to the left, and maybe he can take out some stuff up here. Got to be careful of this tree line though, since AT guns snuck into that position will destroy your Firefly very quickly. Also going to be bringing up my own AT gun here, just to cover off the right side. Also, that position is great for covering this road. And furthermore, I have a unit of Panzer Grenadiers which is going to be covering up the choke, because I wasn't entirely sure if Sexual Spaghetti was going to be covering that off, but it turns out that he was. So here we go, boy to Firefly on the move, leading the charge with my recon. The 222s here going to be coming in handy later on, once they've dropped off their recon squads. I was also going to be using a 221. Don't particularly see these very often anymore, but these are the 8 AP power variants. Great for taking out half tracks, not much else. He's going to be bringing that up to provide some recon into the town as well. And currently we're already running a +1, and I think that was mainly because not only did Val manage to push quite fast and hard into the town here with his Schwimmwagen units, but also in the middle I'm pushing up really hard as well. I'm going to be leaving my Panzer Grenadier here, just because they can provide the extra veterancy to some of these units if they remain defensive. Aufklärer are put on to return fire and are moving forwards to provide me with recon, and the boy to Firefly's slowly moving up. Now, one thing that I was going to do here was have a command infantry just follow the boy to Firefly on foot to provide it with the veterancy. I do zoom in and find out this is an M4A1. My boy to Firefly is perfectly good for taking that out early in the game, so just waiting for that 1200 meter range to come about, and then I'll be able to take it down. We'll see the 221 of Val here take on the half track. The one on the left side got the kill, and his Panzer Grenadiers are now opening up onto the rifles there. My boy to Firefly has got into range of the M4A1, misses the first shot. I unload the Panzer Grenadier to give it the extra star of veterancy, and boom, goodbye to the M4A1 at the start of the game. Now those are quite expensive, 130 points a piece for an M4A1. One on the right side, owned by Hercules, is just down the line of sight of my Pak 38. So I was kind of waiting for that to either reverse or drive forwards, and then I could get a decent shot with the Pak 38 there. I'm going to be moving up my Panzer Grenadiers through the tree line on the left. I'm also moving forwards my recon here, as you can see. Want to make sure that there are no AT guns on my flanks, because that's pretty much the only way that they're going to be able to kill off this boy to Firefly. Now, I did actually lose my Panzer Grens just here. They got killed by the M4A1 in the half track, which was a big mistake really. I wanted to get them up to this building just here so that I could defend this tree line. However, I managed to let them get hit by the M4A1 there, and I also almost allow the SPW222 to suffer the same fate, but I spot that happening before it does, so that's okay. Aufklärers are still moving up. 222's made a lot of ground in the centre. After killing the M4A1 there wasn't much else that the opponents had to really hold me back, and I think in a lot of ways using like an M4 in the mid was not a good idea. If you know you're up against two 12th SS Panzers, the likelihood you're going to come up against a boy to Firefly is actually really damn high. So using any form of tank in the mid in phase A was kind of silly. Although we are going to be seeing the 222 come up here. I'm going to be trying to get the shot onto the half track just to get rid of that. But then what happens is another M4A1 further back starts to fire at my 222. So not this one, but a one further back that I hadn't spotted yet takes out my 222, which was unfortunate. So he's got 3 M4A1s at the start of the game. I'm not sure if it was Hercules M4A1 in the mid that got shot down, but those two on the right, that's a lot of points. And I was surprised to see that Spaghetti didn't manage to make too much ground with this infantry, but those M4A1s definitely have a lot of machine guns, so it kind of makes sense. In the town, Val's still doing really well, taking out the half tracks, taking on the armoured rifles. He is kind of being double pushed here by Hercules and Bloodbath Giraffe. Got some armoured rifles in there and some normal rifles. So I decided to bring up a few units to help out. I brought up an AT gun to take care of some of these Honey Stuarts, and I've also brought up some recon for the church tower there. On the left side, my Panzer Grenadiers moving into the town, and my Aufklärer are keeping an eye on the road to make sure there's no AT guns coming down. This AT gun's forced to fall back because of the mortar I spotted earlier. And pretty much these Aufklärers, they're just waiting to spot targets for my boy to Firefly. Meanwhile, however, I'm just going to be using my units on the left side to support here, shut down some rifles with the machine guns of that half track. On the right side, managed to get some Panzer Grenadiers into that building. And I've also got the 222 there waiting to help out as well. I'm telling Val to get his MG42 up. I want to take care of these rifles that are pushing us sooner than later so that my Pak 38 can be safe. That's going to get on target to those rifles and start to mow them down. At that range, the MG42 will just do so much damage. As soon as he pins them down, they're pretty much dead. Ripping them to shreds, and that's going to allow me to get my Pak 38 back up. But what I decide to do with the Pak 38 is send it over to the right where the Honey Stuart's pushing, M5A1 and these M3 half tracks. It's also an M20 command there. Should have been moving forwards my Panzer Grenadiers, but wasn't really paying attention. I don't know why they aren't firing, honestly. They should be in range. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that side. I was trying to move forwards my recon in the mid. I'm also moving over my boy to Firefly. You can see the Panzer Grenadiers now opening up to the armoured leader there as they reveal themselves. Panzergrenadier aren't in the building, but aren't being fired upon, so that's not too bad. but for some reason Panzer Grenadiers still didn't want to fire the M3A1 half-track. My Firefly manages to get a really nice long-range hit into the M5A1 in the town, and now I'm going to be engaging an M4 that's pushing me from the right side. I've also got the AT gun on target. That M4 is not in a good spot and is going to be taken out. My Firefly, I mean, those Panzer Grenadiers definitely could have used their Panzerfaust to take out probably the M20, the M3A1 half-track, along with many other things, but it just didn't work out. Panzergrenadier hanging out there, not in line of sight of anything, so that was fine. Nebelwerfer is going to be coming in from Val to make a lot of those units fall back, and boy, Firefly picked up a couple of kills anyway, so that wasn't too much of an issue. But yeah, those Panzergrens, I maybe could have microed them a little bit just to make sure they actually used that Panzerfaust, but they just didn't want to at the end of the day. I wasn't paying attention originally, and it sort of bit me in the ass. Now these Panzergrenadier 2-star were doing really well against these rifles. Unfortunately, the M3 half-track comes in and spoils the fun. Otherwise, I probably would have made those rifles surrender. Now the AT gun's coming up to the left side to try and help out with any tanks on that side. I'm also going to be moving my 222 all the way over to the left now to provide support for the STOS troop as they move up. Also got an AT gun to get line of sight down the road, as they are using a lot of armoured vehicles in the town. So Firefly is still controlling the mid. It's very tempting to push this forwards. It's always tempting to do that, but I can't afford to if I can't see what's going on here. Because this Aufklärer, yeah, it can see probably anything in this tree line, but if an AT gun comes up to here, I can't see it. So if I move forwards the Beute Firefly, I'm going to be in a bad spot. So I've got to be very careful with how I go about this. I'm going to need some more recon to make it work. Because the main issue is having enough recon that I can afford to try and push these into tree lines where I'm unaware they have infantry. Because here, for example, I'm kind of blocked by these armoured rifles. I know that they're there, but the Beute Firefly can't fire at the armoured rifles. So I can't get the Aufklärer forwards to see if there's any AT guns in the tree lines behind, because that's kind of blocked the line of sight there. Over on this side, I'm being spotted by a Marauder squad that I spotted earlier, and the M4 is now taking shots. So again, Aufklärer can't move forward, so I have to move the Beute Firefly back. The Beute Cromwell is coming up now though. Going to be using that to try and take on these armoured rifles. It's going to be caught out slightly by the M5A1. I've got to be careful about that. Going to be using my Pak 38 to try and get some shots off, and I'm also going to stop my mortar from going into line of sight there. Aufklärer are still being hit by the M4. Going to be starting to run them away. And in the town, I'm bringing up a couple of units of Panzer Grenadiers now to help out Val as he pushes forwards. So my Aufklärer in the top right were taken out. Pak 38 fails about 5 shots onto the M5A1. But with the reveal of this machine gun squad, I'm able to get my mortar on target and hopefully take out the unit there. Pak 38 on the road from Spaghetti takes out the M5A1 and mortar does the job. Beute Firefly is going to be taking some shots at these half tracks. Now I've just got to be patient for the spear troop to come up so that I can push across the open here. Now my AT gun moving across in the town here was taken out by the rifles here. I'm also going to be dropping off my own Panzer Grenadiers now. My half track's going to be helping pin down these rifles. So Tripolston is being moved up. That's going to be getting shots onto Val's MG42, but Val's MG is in a building, so he's going to have more chance of shutting down that Tripolston before the Tripolston panics him. So now Spear Troop have arrived. It's going to allow me to move up more confidently. I also have 2 more half tracks that I can use to help out. These have 2 of the MG34s mounted upon them. So they're pretty decent for pinning down infantry. Here I try and use the Boy to Firefly to take out the duck, as blowing that up next to the mortar there would have destroyed it. This Boy to Firefly is helping out with the MG on the right side, and I'm also bringing up some more recon in the form of these SPW231s, again just to allow this Boy to Firefly to keep doing its work. So the main AP value that I've got to worry about is the M4A3 76mm here from the 3rd Armoured. There is also Challengers from the 15th Scots, but they only arrive in Phase C. So for now, just playing around this Boy to Firefly. I'm also going to be bringing in a couple of planes now to help out Val as he tries to make a move with his Ju-87. Any infantry that shows itself at this point is going to get hammered by autocannons, machine guns, and the Boy to Firefly. And the Firefly is still taking shots at this M4 and is eventually going to kill it off. We're going to see the Ju-87 take out one of the AA pieces there, and we also saw the Stosstroop take out an M4A3 76mm. Spitfires are going to be coming in onto the back of the Ju-87. Unfortunately, my ME-109s aren't going to be fast enough to shoot them down, but I am able to get onto the back of one and take it out. Unfortunately, Tripolston's going to force me to fall back with both of those ME-109s, and I have to wait to fight another day. Ranger Marauders are revealed by the 251 there. We're going to be getting shots on to try and take them out. Spear Troop should reveal them if I continue to move towards them, so that's what I'm going to do there, and use the support of the 222 and these 251s to take them out. Also got the 231s in position with the Boy to Firefly, and my mortar carriers busy trying to fire mortars at their mortars. So there goes the Ranger Marauders. On the left side, just allowing my Panzer Grenadiers to stay and support Val. It's pretty hard to push across the open here, so just remaining chill on that side. In the mid, we finally take out the mortar. We're going to be seeing some rifles now push towards us, but these rifles, they're being hit by two 20mm autocannons and the Spear Troop. So they're going to get killed off very quickly. Now this was a bit risky moving up my Boy to Firefly so far, but I wanted to use this 231 to take on the machine gun there, the 50 cal, and have it covered by the Boy to Firefly if anything came down this road. Because this is their main reinforcement road down here. Rocket plane going to be coming in. P-38 Lightning going for the shots onto the 231. Just trying to pin that down. It's going to be forced to fall back by the 50 cal afterwards. Boy to Cromwell coming in to take shots. Going to be able to get a shot onto the 50 cal half track, and that is going to be forced to fall back. My mortar carriers still hitting this Ranger leader here, trying to help Sexual Spaghetti move forwards with his Panzer Grenadiers. Also brought out Whitman now, trying to push that through the choke. It's a little bit risky. Firefly is going to be trying to take on the reinforcements coming down the road, and this is exactly what I was talking about. 231 took a shot from the M4A1 and the crew was wounded. Well, my Firefly is going to come up here, return the fire. Transmission damage onto the M4A1. Second shot, fuel explosion. Cromwell helping pin down the rifle spotted by the Spear Troop. And with me cutting off the reinforcements on this right side, Sexual Spaghetti is making a good push here, and he's making a lot of ground. Over on the left side, my Panzer Grenadiers are still helping out with the machine guns, which is nice. Stosstroop just take out the M20 command there. Trying to move forwards this Pack 38 into a better position as well, so that it can be used to help support the front line. So in the mid, quite a interesting use of vehicles in this game. Normally, you see me use a lot more infantry, but in this one, the infantry was what I had the most of at the end of the game. So you can see I've got these 231s, 222s, I've got the 232, and I've got an Opel Blitz munition truck here to resupply the autocannons. We're also going to be seeing a M10 destroyer come up. Firefly should be able to deal with that, so you'll see me start to adjust the Firefly into line of sight. 231, Boy to Cromwell, and the 232 are going to be destroying these armoured rifles as they get spotted by the spear troop, and the 50 cal was destroyed on the right side. So here comes the Firefly, trying to get into line of sight of the M10. M10 is going to take out one of my half tracks. This Panzergrenadier still running after the Firefly, still providing that command radius, and it's going to be enough for the Boy to Firefly to kill off the M10. I've also got the 231 to escort the Boy to Firefly now, so what I end up doing is moving the Panzergrenadier eventually to support the Boy to Cromwell instead. So the spear troop clean out the armoured rifles there. That's going to allow me to move in the spear troop and allows Val to move up an AT gun there. And then I'm just going to continue to move forwards with the spear troop with the support of the 231s and the Cromwell. Also going to be moving my units over to the left now, because the more guns I have on target, the better. And then the units that get revealed in the meantime are going to get hit very, very hard. On this right side I do have an SPW 232 here. I'm going to be bringing up a Panther D that was actually fast moving to the middle. If I hadn't spotted this happening earlier, then I would have lost that Panther D, but since we're later in the game and Spaghetti's actually managed to push through the choke, this isn't too much of a problem. Panther D able to just fast move all the way up the road, all the way through to the middle of the map. One of my half tracks I tried to push up got hit really hard by the 17 pounder on the left, I believe. Also we're seeing a 17 pounder on the right take out a 251. That's going to allow Val's Pack 40 to get on target there. I was trying to move forwards the half track in the mid because, as you can see, flames everywhere after Val used 4 Nebelwerfer 41s to do as much damage as he could there. And with them being pinned down, I was hoping to get some surrenders, but it didn't work out. Either way, at the top here, CGMC reveals itself to the Boy to Firefly and the Boy to Cromwell. It's going to force it to fall back as my Boy to Firefly gets the kill shot. P-38 Lightning comes in to challenge the Focke-Wulf 190, but my ME-109 gets on its tail to shoot it down. And we're still pretty much winning the air war. Yes, we're being harassed by the P-38 Lightnings occasionally. It's not too much of an issue. Now, up near the spawn, we're going to be seeing an M5 gun pop up. And that's going to be hitting my 231 as it moves forwards. And over on the left side, that's the attack beacon for the 17 pounder. So I've brought up my mortar carrier. I've also resupplied my 231s. I'm going to be trying to use these guys to continue to push forwards. One of the M4A3s goes down to the Firefly, which is really nice. P-38 Lightning also comes in onto the Panther. Does a lot of morale damage, but it's never going to get the kill. Spear troop here. They're finding these armoured rifles. We're going to be killing them off. I'm now starting to buy myself in some ME-109 G2BR21s. And the idea of these is to get the rocket strikes onto those AT guns. I'm just having him fly around because I really want to get like a direct hit. I'm trying to move forwards the spear troop here to spot them. They're currently spotting the rifles that are going to get hit by the 231 on the Panther. We're seeing Val's Pack 40 get run down by these rifles. As soon as these rifles come into this tree line, they'll get hit by the Boy to Cromwell and the 231s. He's also going to hit that with a Nebelwerfer just to make sure that his Pack 40 doesn't go down. And we do see that the M5 gun shows itself again. 231 goes down. That's going to give me a target for the ME-109 G2 BR. So in it comes with the rockets, and that's a dead M5 gun. 257 is moving up with its mortar carrier to kill off the 17-pounder here, using line of sight to make sure that the 17-pounder doesn't have a shot. Then use that 1,200 meter range mortar to take on the 17-pounder there. Focke-Wulf 190's come in to take out another Spitfire. Now doing a great job there. Here goes the mortar, trying to get the kill onto the 17-pounder, and a direct hit. Does 3 health damage and takes it out. Now some off-map coming in here, hitting Val's Pack 40 really hard. I'm trying to spread out a bit with the Boyd Cromwell. It's a bit risky with this Boyd Cromwell because the spear troop isn't far up enough, nor does it have any recon into these trees. So although I killed the AT gun there, moving this forwards this aggressively is not a good idea. Over on the right side, P-38 still going to be used. Panzer Grenadiers are charging Jackson. But we're going to see an M10 there take out the Verbal Wind. I'm going to make a run for it with my 231. Also going to start to fast move my Panther D to the right. Going to be using that to take on the M10. Up here we're going to see the Boyd Firefly take on another CGMC. M3 half-track shows itself. Boyd Firefly gets on target, but just before it fires, the 231s get the kill. Rifles down here reveal themselves to the spear troop. 231s getting on target again. And a 251 on the right side was taken out by the M10. Cracks broken onto the CGMC means it's going to die to the Firefly. My Panther's now getting into position to take on the M10. I'm waiting for the 232 to arrive, even though there is the 223 here. And then I'm going to push forwards and try and take it out. So the Panther D taking shots here. That's quite a long aim time. But with me engaging the M10, it allows Spaghetti to move his Tiger and Panzer forwards. And now I'm just going to continue to move up with the Panther D. In the mid, the Cromwell's still taking on a lot of this infantry. And I've also got the mortar on target now. 231. These guys are fast moving back to the munitions truck now. Unfortunately, my spear troop get caught out by the off map, so I'm going to lose that recon on the left side. Now throughout this game, it was just a good demonstration of the use of recon to keep your assets alive, your more expensive assets alive, and use them effectively to take out multiple units. Here, taking out a P-38 Lightning bomber. And I'm going to have to get those ME-109s out of there as I fly over a wall of AA. ME-109. I also tell that to retreat as there are 3 P-51 Mustangs in the sky. So yeah, the 231s here, they're just in position. They're waiting to be resupplied. One of them already has been. The other one's waiting to be. And then I can use those autocannons to press on these tree lines again. You'll see me actually start to bring over this spear troop from the church eventually, because I've run out of recon infantry. I have the Aufkläder here, but spear troop are just so much more reliable moving forwards because they have that extra health. You can see I've actually done quite a nice job of keeping as many squads alive as I can, considering I only have 4 units of recon infantry on this division. Having 3 left is quite good. Which I think I must have 5. I think I must have 5 units. I think I have 3 units of spear troop and 2 units of Aufkläder with the 222s. On the way in the middle, Focke-Wulf 190 is going to be coming in to shoot down one of the Spitfires, or the Mustang, sorry. Mustang in the mid. Going to be retreating towards his spawn. If he turns into the Focke-Wulf, we'll probably get stunned and forced to fall back. Trouble is Focke-Wulf 190 is going to fly over AA, and the Mustang's going to be fast enough to retreat, so that's not an issue. Panther D still chasing down this M10, being very stubborn, doesn't want to die. Going to start to move over the boy to Firefly. Keep forcing it to fall back, and the Panther can just like never get in range to make the shot happen. Panzer Grenadiers moving up to this building, get hammered very hard by the AA moving up. Smoke is covering off Spaghetti's troops, but he's now being hit by this howitzer, so I'm trying to make a move onto that as well. Boyd Cromwell in the mid is being engaged by a Challenger. That's going to mean that my Boyd Cromwell goes down. So not having the recon to identify what's coming past these tree lines really caught me out there, unfortunately, and meant that my Boyd Cromwell died eventually. Panther D busy waiting for the M10 to come back. P-38 Lightning going to be hammering the 231s. Finally get the kill there with the Panther D onto the M10. And well, now I've brought up this Befeld Panther to the mid. Going to be using that to support some of my troops. 222 going to be more than enough to take on the rifles there. Now, one mistake that I did make was not having the spear troop in line of sight of this road. I should have had the spear troop probably here, because then if anything come up this road, my boy to Firefly would be the first to fire at it. However, with the spear troop here, I don't have line of sight down here, and that allows my boy to Firefly to be spotted by any recon that comes up, and then taken out by whatever follows. So you'll see that come into effect later on, but the 222 is going to be engaging the machine gun on the right side. We've also got Spaghetti's convoy here, the Verbal Bind, the Whitman and Panzer IV. It's going to be engaging anything that we find. On this right side, wasn't really paying too much attention to these reinforcements I brought up. It's just a Panzer Grenadier and some Panzer Grenadier. Just going to be trying to help secure this tree line, honestly. Rifles finally go down in the mid. Mortars still trying to help out on the left side. And these Nebelwerfers got hit relatively hard by some off-map, so they're going to be forced to fall back. But there goes the boy to Firefly, just like I was saying. Didn't see this M4A3 come up. And it managed to side shot my boy to Firefly. Whereas if I'd had the spear troop, you'll see if I go to my point of view, to the left side, I would have spotted them coming, and the Firefly would have had the first shot. So that was really unfortunate. Either way, I just want to make sure that the Panther D does not get taken out by this M4A3 now, because at that range, 13 AP should be enough to take out the Panther D quite easily. Got to remember that every 100 meters you are closer to your opponent, every like you get an extra AP value. So from like 600 meter range, you're going to be adding 6 AP value, which is pretty damn high. So he's going to be engaging at roughly 800 meters. You'll have an extra 4, which will be like 17 AP power versus 4 armor. So this M4A3 is going to do a lot of damage, potentially. I'm going to be getting my ME-109 here to try and chase the Mustang briefly. Then I'll try and get the rockets onto the M4A3. But before I realise it, the conquest points are met. And after reaching the 2,500, it's game over. And after 31 minutes and 1 second, we win the game. And if I jump over to the team scores, we did relatively well. 3,264 kills to 1,015 losses. I lost the Boy to Cromwell and the Firefly at the end, probably unnecessarily, which was unfortunate. Otherwise my kill loss would have been crazy good. But there we go. Sexual Spaghetti on the right side doing his job. Val doing a great job in the town as well, using multiple Nebelwerfers to slam the opposing town. We did see Bloodbath Giraffe do okay on his 15th Infantry Scots there. Was putting a lot of pressure on Val early on, but it didn't pay off in the end, and I was ripping to shreds Hercules M4A1s at the start of the game with the Boy to Firefly, so that was very nice. If we jump over to the kills, this is what it's all about. Another Boy to Firefly gameplay where you take out a lot of Shermans. M4A1, M5A1, M4 double Ds taken out. This is 2nd Infantry. M10 Destroyer taken out. Command M4A1. Took out the M4A3 and the CGMCs that were thrown at my Firefly for no particular reason in the mid. Boiter Cromwell didn't really pay itself off, honestly, but definitely provided some nice support fire. 231 picking up a lot of the kills, and the 222s as well. ME109s took out a couple of these Spitfires, and the 232 did some damage there as well. Another ME109 with a couple of kills, and this Panther D took out 2 M10s. Really, really nice. So that's where a lot of my kills come from, just a lot of tank kills, a lot of vehicle engagement, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the different style of play. It's been a while since I've played the 12th SS like that, where it's been pretty much solely vehicle gameplay, and pushing through the middle of the map on Pegasus Bridge is always a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.